Right now, more than 40 years after a Madison area woman vanishes, her remains are identified in Indiana. How an ID was made decades later.
Light snow tonight, but I'm watching an even bigger weather system. Details coming up.
And Badger football games are going to heat up next year. We check out Camp Randall as crews tear up the turf to create a heated field. That's all coming up right now at 10. Thanks for joining us tonight. Another round of winter weather is on the way for southern Wisconsin. You may just wake up to some snow in the morning.
Well, not a lot of it is expected. The timing of when it falls overnight, well, that could make your work commute a little more difficult in the morning. Meteorologist Alex Harrington shares the details in his first warn forecast. Alex?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, you're absolutely correct. The timing not so great for the snow coming through during the morning commute. Nothing out here right now on the patio, high and dry. It looks festive behind me, but if we had a little snow out there, it'll look even more festive. Let's track that snow right now. Nothing across Dane County here as we speak with Doppler track, but swinging off to the south and to the west. We'll take a trip down on Highway 151, Potosi, Lancaster, Platteville, areas just west of Cuba City. You might start seeing some of these snowflakes make it to the ground, and they will make it to the ground across much of the area tonight. Our 6-hour future track radar showing those snow showers moving across the area through the wee hours of the morning, heading towards the rush hour time frame as well, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. In terms of those traveling impacts, there will be just enough, as Eric was mentioning, to make for some slick spots, especially on those untreated roads, those overpasses, those bridges, those secondary roads. Even just a half-inch, you know, that can cause some problems. So definitely pay heed to that in the morning as you head towards work and school. Breaking down your Monday, starting off right around 30, so what falls will stick, but it will melt as we go on later into your Tuesday with cloudy skies. Highs right up around 37. Again, low temperatures tonight, that critical temperature right around 30 degrees to 32 degrees across the area. So what falls will stick. This is weather system number 1. After a big warm up towards the end of the week, we're going to track a bigger weather system. I have those details all coming on up.
One of our top stories tonight on channel3000.com, human remains found more than 40 years ago in rural Indiana have been identified as those of an Oregon woman.
20-year-old Connie Lorraine Christensen was last seen in Nashville, Tennessee. It was back in April of 1982. In December, later that year, hunters discovered the then unidentified remains near Jacksonburg, Indiana, about 60 miles east of Indianapolis. Those remains have been stored at the University of Indianapolis Forensic Anthropology Department in the decades since. And thanks to forensic genetic genealogy, DNA extracted from the remains recently matched the DNA of 2 of Christensen's relatives, which is ultimately how those remains were confirmed as Christensen's. Officials say she died from a gunshot wound. Her homicide case remains unsolved. New at 10, law enforcement officials say an Iowa Grant School District staff member should be charged with physical abuse of a child after a school incident 2 weeks ago.
The Iowa County Sheriff's Office has referred charges against 30-year-old Kirby Grutz to the county's district attorney's office. This stems from an investigation into an incident at Iowa Grant Elementary School on Tuesday, November 21st. But the sheriff's office isn't elaborating on what. The school district is conducting its own internal investigation. Despite a policy to not name people accused of crimes until they've been formally charged, we are naming Grutz because of the nature of the alleged crime and his role working with children. Also new, police say a Little Caesars employee on Madison's west side was attacked last night by 2 people who arrived to pick up a pizza after the restaurant closed. The duo ordered a pizza from the location on Gammon Road earlier in the night, but arrived too late to pick it up. They waited outside the restaurant until an employee left who was punched multiple times. Police say the pair also struck him with their vehicle. As of tonight, no arrests have been made. A man who prosecutors say started a fire to collect insurance money on his Linden Station bar last year will go to prison for 13 years.
44-year-old Heath Fjorden accepted a plea deal Friday, pleading no contest to a single count of arson of a building with intent to defraud. It follows a fire and explosion at Beagle's Bar in the village of Linden Station back in September 22. According to court records, investigators found 2 5-gallon gas cans tipped over in the bar basement with gas-soaked rags. Now, police found Fjorden 15 hours after the fire. He had significant burns on his body that he claimed were from a grilling accident. Fjorden's sentence will be followed by 13 years extended supervision.
For the next 2 weeks, the skies above Madison and parts of Dane County will get noisy. This weekend next, the Wisconsin Air National Guard will conduct nighttime F-35 flight trainings, taking off and landing at Truax Field. Area residents should expect to see or hear the jets until roughly 7 p.m. for the next 3 nights, Tuesday through Thursday. The trainings will continue next week, Monday through Thursday as well.
Dane County departments will stop posting on X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, by the start of the new year. That's after an order from the Dane County executive. In a recent email sent to all county department heads, County Exec Joe Parisi asked them all to move away from the platform due to an uptick in hate speech allowed on the platform. That means the airport, the sheriff's office, and other county agencies won't be posting information to X. The county isn't alone. Many users, major organizations, and advertisers have all taken steps away from the app since Elon Musk's acquisition of the platform.
Well, next summer, the city of Madison will begin a pedestrian mall experiment on State Street. The plan is to completely close off traffic to 3 blocks, clearing the way for a new kind of State Street experience. Members of the Madison community have the chance to share their thoughts on the pedestrian mall in a public meeting earlier tonight. It's an idea that's been floated before, but now seems closer than ever to becoming a reality. One city planner told us while it won't be completely free of vehicles, it will still be designed to bring more business to State Street.
We do need to maintain emergency access, so we can't do a ton of stuff in the street. But the things that we are hoping to do, really hope to enliven the place, really bring a lot of placemaking and small features that we can do to bring people to that space.
The city says the experiment will take place next summer on the 400 through 600 blocks. The next steps in the process is to take tonight's feedback and make final plans.
For close to 30 years, a group of Madisonians had gathered at the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and East Doty Street, urging for peace. You might have known them as the Honk for Peace group. But now, after disbanding in 2020 due to the pandemic, the group has reassembled. Today, they could be seen back at their familiar corner in downtown. Those who participated say the ongoing wars in Ukraine and the Middle East have prompted the need to come back together. And their goal? Putting pressure on those in power.
There's definitely more to it than just saying peace. We need to really pressure and continue pressuring our government officials to stop funding so much military involvement in war all around the world.
The group traces its roots to the 1980s during the Reagan administration. Their hope is to bring back the Monday rallies on a more regular basis. Camp Randall's football playing service is getting a facelift over the next few months.
Work began today to install a multi-million-dollar heated field for the 2024 season due to both the cold and, as Arman Rahman reports, a potentially longer season.
The Badger football team may be finished tearing up the field for the football season, but now Camp Randall is ripping up the field literally in order to heat it up next year.
Well, they made good progress today, so I would say within 2 weeks, the turf part of it will be out.
Right now, Barry Alvarez Field is losing yards because Camp Randall hopes to play the long game by installing a new heating system underneath the turf.
With the new college playoff, there's definitely the potential of having home games later in the year. Those late season games can be pretty cold, and the field can become icy and hard and kind of slick.
The existing turf, which was replaced last year, is being ripped up to lay a new subbase. It'll cost roughly $5 million to do that and put new turf back on top, looking exactly as it did before. No bigger W or end zone changes.
The design will be the consistent design that we've had on the Camp Randall field in the past.
Senior Associate Athletic Director Jason King says removing snow from the field costs about $100,000. But it's not just about the money or hosting a potential playoff game.
I think that's part of the equation, but it also, even when we remove the snow on the field, a lot of times the under layer freezes and gets really slippery, and so that by heating the field, we'll eliminate those conditions.
Once graduation rolls around, crews will pause work and cover the field like it always is. Then they plan to finish the new turf shortly afterwards. At Camp Randall, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
A 3.0 grade point average guarantees admission to Beloit College for high schoolers from Dane, Rock, Walworth, and Greene counties. Additionally, the college is ensuring tuition will not be more than that of UW-Madison. The initiative is aimed at increasing the number of students from areas close to the college. High schoolers from 4 Illinois counties will also receive guaranteed admission with a 3.0 GPA.
The outdoor recreation industry in Wisconsin brought in nearly $10 billion to the state economy last year. A record-breaking $9.8 billion contributed to the state's gross domestic product in 2022. That's a nearly 7% growth over the previous record set just a year before in 2021. Data from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis shows Wisconsin's motorcycling and ATVing sector brought in $1 billion. Boating and fishing, RVing, and apparel and accessory sectors of the recreation industry were some other leaders in economic activity. More local stories are ahead at 10.
Christmas is 3 weeks away, but the season of giving is already underway. Coming up, how one local organization is helping victims of domestic violence make special memories this holiday season.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
Oakmont Senior Community in Verona for active seniors 55 plus is now offering 1 month free rent and 1 year free heated parking with every new 1-bedroom rental. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
With Dad's arthritis, he struggles with housework and bathing, so I called A Grace. Yes, A Grace. With their age-at-home service, Dad gets the help he needs to stay independent at home.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it, you want some ice time, a nice time, so good you posted twice time. You want some cheer, now I'll show you where you gotta be, tell you who you gotta see, ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Enjoy the magic of the North Pole, just east of O'Hare, with miles of memories waiting to be made. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Oakmont Senior Community in Verona for active seniors 55 plus is now offering 1 month free rent and 1 year free heated parking with every new 1-bedroom rental. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Toyotathon is on. Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
You can't possibly prepare for J-Hud's holiday giveaways. You better scream! There you go! There you go! Aisha Curry is here to help us celebrate.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
94-year-old Robert Auerbach is being recognized with the Wisconsin AARP's Top Service Award. They call Robert the Piano Man for good reason. He plays piano for senior centers as well as assisted living and memory care facilities in the area. Robert volunteers to remember his late wife as they had planned to play piano together after he retired from his career as a biochemist and geneticist at the UW. His daughter says that made him the perfect candidate for the honor.
I was thrilled to nominate my father for this award because when I read that it was for someone who used his talents to enrich the lives of the community, through volunteering. I knew that described him, and when it said it was for someone 50 or older, and he's 94 and a half, I thought, okay, check that box.
Robert decided to donate the money he won toward the UW Odyssey Project, which helps people facing adversity receive a higher education. The holidays can bring people together, but they're hard for families torn apart by domestic violence.
A local resource needs your help to make sure these families have a good Christmas. In tonight's Season of Giving story, Brady Mallory shows us how you can adopt a family.
Taylor Larson can't quite put her finger on it, but Christmas is even more special.
I just think it's a magical time of year.
When she lends a helping hand.
And I love giving gifts to family and friends, but I also like to help community members in need.
Larson is doing some extra shopping because she and her friends have adopted a local family to give Christmas gifts to. She has their list, and she's checked it twice because she just wants to do something nice.
I don't want any kid to ever feel like othered because of their circumstances.
Those circumstances can lead to domestic abuse intervention services, or DAYS, in Madison.
Many of the folks who are coming into our shelter specifically are folks who are dealing with such severity of violence. Most of them are fleeing potentially lethal situations.
Families who come here might not be able to afford to buy Christmas presents.
I need you to put your finger there.
Or planning for the holidays just might not be possible. That's why DAYS has an Adopt-A-Family program. It matches families here with donors in the community.
Gonna bring a little happiness and joy.
The families submit holiday wish lists, and the donors buy things like toys, books, cards, and more.
Now I'll take that and I'll put that in here and pretend that I did the work.
Staff members, moonlighting as elves, do all the wrapping and boxing, so a parent and their children have something to open Christmas morning.
I can remember a woman years ago who came to get her Adopt-A-Family gifts, and I brought out one bag of things, and she said, okay, thank you, and was about to leave. I said, oh no, you have 6 more bags. And she just started crying right in our lobby.
DAYS needs your help to make this happen and adopt other families.
It just takes one thing off her plate.
Larson says it's easy to make a child's wish list come true, and most of them request everyday things that may not seem like gifts to most of us.
Some of the things on the wish list were those necessities to get through a cold winter, like a snowsuit, hat and mittens, and a grocery store gift card, things that a lot of us take for granted.
For families escaping domestic violence, Christmas may not come in shiny bows or pretty paper, but Larson says this is your chance to give them gifts of joy and kindness, wrapped up in love.
It's just the season of giving back and knowing that we are all here in Madison supporting each other and helping each other, and knowing that we have each other's back should anyone fall on hard times.
Brady Mallory, News 3 Now.
And remember, you can get together with a group of friends or family to split the costs of adopting a family.
There are still several families in need of adoption, and you can learn how to sign up by visiting DAYS' website. We've included a link under this story on channel3000.com. Meteorologist Alex Harrington returns with another check of the First Warn forecast. Seeing any snow out there yet, Alex?
No, Charlotte, nothing out here. High and dry. What I see out here are the pretty lights behind me, but no snowflakes to go along with them quite yet, but we're going to track that just in a second here on Doppler track. Those 3 things, though, folks, that you need to know here. We are still expecting light snow and flurries to develop overnight tonight. After this light snow moves on out, we'll be tracking temperatures 15 degrees above normal. And you'd think, ooh, that's pretty warm for this time of year. We got a weather system this weekend that's going to transition us from those really, really warm temperatures to the colder temperatures. You think when it gets up really, really warm that something's kind of brewing. And we are watching a weather system there, folks, that we will keep an eye on. Tuesday morning travel could be a bit slick out there at 6 a.m. as we head towards 8 a.m. Still maybe a couple slick spots on the roads. But as we head towards noon, warming up enough that any snow that does fall, especially on those secondary roads bridges and overpasses that can be a bit more susceptible. I think those will turn wet by the time we get towards the lunch hour. I said we go on that snowflake tour. Here we go. Dane County, nothing that verifies. I don't see anything out here on the patio, but going on up to the north over Juneau and Adams counties, up towards Mauston, Necedah, a couple snowflakes probably making it to the ground. Swinging a little bit further to the south, our friends in the Dells had a couple of snow flurries out there right now. It's slowly starting to develop across portions of southern Wisconsin. We'll go way to the south and to the west. Our friends down towards Cuba City, down towards Potosi, down towards Hazel Green, maybe seeing a few snowflakes over far southern portions of Grant County. Here in Dane County, that snow is yet to start to fall, and let's track it here as we head towards 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We do see our future track model bringing some snow showers into the area. Temperatures critical right around 30, 31, 32 degrees. Last night I was on my way out of the station. We had a brief, tiny little snow shower, and it was enough that it coated the roadways and made for slick go, and we could be seeing that slick go as we head towards 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Those snow showers continuing across the area at 5:30 across Dane County. The chances are best from Madison and points to the south for accumulation of maybe a dusting half-inch, some places getting upwards of an inch. And as we head a little bit later into your Tuesday, those temperatures climbing into the upper 30s, so what does fall will start to melt away, except for maybe on some of those grassy areas or on the north side of the house where the sun can't get to. Again, an inch or less, best chances down towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border, but it doesn't take much snow to make things on the slick side. Little recap as we go on into your Tuesday. Temperatures starting off around 30 with those snow showers. They end, and we'll go for high temperatures up around 37 degrees. Here's that weather system towards the weekend. It looks likely that there will be a system in the Midwest. What's not clear yet is where that storm is going to track, and that means that track is very critical as to whether or not we get anything at all, and if we get rain and snow, or if we get snow and maybe some heavy snow in some cases. Again, we're keeping an eye on that weather system going into next weekend. Then as we go out into next week, those temperatures will stay mild for this time of year in the 30s. Thanks, Lisa, for sending us that weather photo. And I think we have some other weather photos that we can look at here. There's Lisa's photo. Peggy sending us that photo from Blue Mountains. Really easy to do, folks. All you have to do is go to channel3000.com/weather. Thanks, Matthew. Or the First Warn weather app. No rainbows in the forecast anytime soon, just snowflakes. Maybe another snowy owl picture here sent to us. That First Warn weather app's a great way to send us those weather pictures because, you know, folks, I love to show the weather.
And still to come in sports, not too many people picked the Packers to beat the defending Super Bowl champs last night, but if you check the calendar, it might not have surprised you that much. We introduce you to Mr. December next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
You've got this. You didn't think your sister would take you up on the dog sitting offer, but here you are. Barriers purchased. Doggy distractions, no expense spared. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, to prepare, you can be sure we're looking out for you. So you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
The transfer portal era of college football is the wild, wild west. Incredibly unpredictable. But when Chimere Dike announced that he'd be using his final year of eligibility elsewhere today, it took everyone by surprise. Dike, a Waukesha native, grew up dreaming of playing for his home state Badgers, but saw his numbers decline dramatically in 2023. Fellow wide receiver Skylar Bell tossed his name in the transfer portal, too. In a span of just 6 weeks, the Packers went from hard to watch to must-see TV. And last night's win over the defending Super Bowl champs proved this isn't just a love story. The Packers are legit. But the winning, you could argue, it's because of Love. He's been brilliant during the Packers' 3-game winning streak, and suddenly Green Bay has a 70% chance to make the playoffs, and they might not just stop there.
Sky's the limit. I'm not putting a limit on what we can do. I really think we're just getting better and better every week. Everyone's getting more comfortable. I mean, I think this is a really good team. And when we play at our best, you know, we're a tough team to beat.
I just want to say, too, I got to put some respect on 10 name. Like, he balling. He balling.
The only word I can think of is extraordinary. You know, I think that his comfortability, his confidence, and just his ability to make plays, just, you know, we're just seeing more and more every single week.
And with last night's win, Matt LaFleur improved to 16-0 as the Packers head coach in the month of December. The incredible streak could continue, too. Next up for the Pack are 3 of the league's worst teams in the Giants, the Buccaneers, and the Panthers. After knocking off number 3 Marquette on Saturday, Wisconsin men's basketball found their way into the top 25 for the first time this year. The now 23rd-ranked Badgers are winners of 5 straight and have 2 big raucous road tests on the horizon. They play at Michigan State tomorrow before traveling to Tucson to play number 1 Arizona on Saturday. And speaking of rankings, after sweeping Ohio State this weekend, the Wisconsin men remain at number 6 in the USCHO poll for the 3rd straight week. Meanwhile, after splitting their series with Minnesota Duluth, the Badger women are now the nation's 3rd-ranked team. The Brewers made it official today, inking baseball's number 2 prospect, Jackson Chourio, to an 8-year, $82 million contract. Not only is it the biggest contract in MLB history for a player that has yet to make their MLB debut, it's the 3rd largest contract in Brewers franchise history. The 19-year-old has been historically good in the minors and could be the franchise's cornerstone.
So he was saying that this is a blast for him. This is something that you don't see every day, and he knows about this. He knows this is a great opportunity for him, and he just wanted to take advantage of it and enjoy every day of it.
And we'll be right back.
This way?
I'm glad to see you.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Get 4 Arby's Classic Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $10. That's one for now, one after that, one to celebrate the first 2, and one more because that's how many 4 is. Arby's, we have the meat.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Let's go back out to the weather patio. Alex out there, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, Eric, no snow flurries out here right now, but we are still expecting anywhere from a ½ inch to maybe an inch, especially for areas down towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border to wake up to on your Tuesday morning. That's just enough to make a couple of slick spots out there, folks. Then after we warm up by the end of the week, we're tracking a big weather system for the Midwest. That one bears watching right now. It could be, as I said, a doozy for the Midwest. We're keeping an eye on that one. Could be a big snow for some portion of the Midwest. Definitely stay tuned on that weather system.
All right, Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.